Merry Spookmas, nerdy ghouls! Welcome back to our spooky oasis. In today's video, I'm going to be deep diving into what Spookmas is, what you can expect from me here on the channel for Spookmas, some chatter about what is going on with the holidays in the spooky community, and the really fun stuff is my November TBR for Foodiethon and some Spookworm updates. So let's have some scary and bright fun. What do you say? All right, so first and foremost, I want to say thank you so much for all of your love on last week's episode, which was officially the last episode of Not Another Spooky Podcast. If you're curious what all of those updates were and why I'm canceling the show, not canceling because I feel like that is such a negative word, why I have come to the end of my journey with Not Another Spooky Podcast. That sounds better and much more how I'm feeling. Then be sure to check out the video. I will leave it right here. But I just want to say thank you so much for all of the love and support. I have not had a chance to go in and respond to the comments quite yet, but I have read every single one of them, and it means so much to me to have rebuilt this community where you ghouls just have nothing but love and support anywhere I want to take this channel, which is what is honestly like the only thing any creator could really dream of. And I'm so happy that I spent this year really focusing on finding you ghouls, because this is just my magical spooky oasis, and I just can't say that enough. So with that comes a few more updates and just exciting times ahead, I feel. First and foremost, we need to talk about the vibe right now, which is Spookmas. Spookmas is, and I have always said this, it is probably my favorite time of the year. And the reason is because it is so short. You know, we do live spooky lifestyles, which allows for a lot of Halloween activities and vibes throughout the year, pretty much January through October if you are like me. But Spookmas is a very special time of the year that just you can't recreate it outside of November and December. And I feel like a lot of people have been talking about how they're upset that we're just like skipping Thanksgiving, or it's still fall and it's not winter yet. And to those people I say, who cares? Like, let people be happy, you know? Like, we celebrate Halloween year round, so how are we gonna judge people for celebrating 2 months of Christmas? I don't understand it. But for me, this is really just, I have always had this vision since we started creating content to celebrate Spookmas so much throughout November and December. And I always literally kill myself during spooky season to the point where like I have nothing left to give. And I burn out and I hit this point where it's just like bare minimum until the end of the year. And I never get to enjoy Spookmas the way I want to. But like we've been talking about, we have made some very positive changes in our content creating journey this year. And because of that, I did not burn out to the point that I normally do. I'm not gonna lie, I got tired. It was tough. I've had a lot going on. But through it all, I did have those moments of just like resting and turning it off. If you are a paying member, thank you so much. I did have a bonus vlog-going episode for our paying nerdy ghouls, because what happened was there were so many moments where I was trying to force myself to film stuff and realizing like this is not serving me right now. Like, I'm not enjoying the moment. It's making me more tired than I need to be. And so I would just stop. Like, there were just so many videos that got started and didn't get finished through, but those small moments actually were really nice to edit together for the paying members, because once it came together, I was just like, wow, this actually did create a kind of cohesive video. And it also made me realize like how full circle I've come as far as like learning to separate like moments that are for content and moments that are not for content, and just to have that like work-life balance for myself and mental health. And so that was a really big just like aha moment, like, wow, I'm getting the hang of this. She's learning. So that is available for paying members. It will be live, I mean, forever. But with that, it just made me realize like that is why I'm able to do Spookmas for the first time in a way that I've never been able to do, literally the week right after Halloween. And I'm so excited for it because now I have 2 full months to really go all in on all of these Spookmas things and activities that I always wanted to do for content, but just never had the mental space for it. So that is why we are going all in. But I don't want you all to think that this is going to be a spooky Christmas only zone. There's been a lot of creators this year for the first time. I feel like there's always 1 or 2 that is like me and feels like they have to justify why they're doing spooky Christmas or not. And this year was the first time I have seen like almost every single spooky creator I know address it, which really broke my heart, to be honest. And that is why I feel like it needs to be said. You know, I cannot comprehend how we can be such an accepting and loving community. And I'm talking about the entire spooky community, not nerdy ghoul community, because we special, we good, we magical, you know? But what I mean is like the entire spooky community. And this is not the first time I've talked about it, but there are definitely little cliques within the entire spooky community. And I just can't comprehend how there are some people in the community who will crucify creators or other fellow spooky ghouls for not having a spooky Christmas or creepmas or hexmas or whatever you want to call it, and other creators who feel like they can't have an authentic holiday because they have to keep the spook on just for the camera. And liking Christmas doesn't make you any less spooky, but liking Spookmas doesn't make you any less cheerful either. And so for me, this year was really about finding the balance, because I've always gone all in on Spookmas since I started creating, because I genuinely love it, and I loved my Halloween vibes tree. But you know, this year my family's visiting for the holidays, and as much as I want them to see this like spooky world of mine, my niece, baby Spooks, is also gonna be here, and I wanted her to feel like Spookmas can be magical too. And we're gonna talk so much about like what thought process went into like my decor and how I evolved it. That's not what this video is for. Sorry, I'm getting distracted with my bangs. But it's more so here to share like we can make it whatever we want to be. I mean, we have chosen to live a spooky lifestyle year round, so I don't understand why we are judging people for the way they want to celebrate their November and December. So I will get off my high horse, and that is all I have to say about it. But I hope that if this is not your vibe, you do give it a chance, because like I said, my goal this year is to perfectly merge a happy marriage between Spookmas and traditional Christmas. And you will notice I will continue to call it Spookmas. From here on out, Spookmas is my holiday, but you will see traditional Christmas things mixed into there, and that's just me being the most authentic version I can be. You know, I have mastered being a spooky lifestyle year round, and now it's time to really be more authentic when it comes to the holidays. And so that's what I'm really looking forward to in this next chapter of this channel, is just furthering how authentic I am about things. You know, I truly don't do anything on this channel that I don't 100% love anymore, but I think that there's more things that I still want to add into the mix that I hold back on a little bit. But you know what? We can be spooky and basic. We can be spooky and love Taylor Swift. We can be spooky and love Christmas. We can be spooky and love purple. You know, I already changed that. So I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling on, but I just really thought it needed to be said. I know that a lot of you have been feeling the pressure. I know a lot of you Christmas lovers feel like there's no space for you in the spooky community during these months, and that is not true at all. I think my merch speaks for itself. It is available in the shop now. But as you all know, Hello Sparkles is my official Mandy Spooks artist. And she actually told me flat out, she was like, hey, I'm having a really hard time with these designs because I am not a Spookmas girly. Like, I love real Christmas. It's one of my favorite times of the year. And so I'm really struggling. And we worked on it together. And I think that it really brought together like the best of both worlds between my love for Spookmas and hers for Christmas. And it created this like perfect wonderland of lavender spookmas that still feels very cozy and bright, but not like goth, you know? And that's how I hope that you all feel. Like by the end of it, Hello Sparkles was like so excited about it and she loved it. So I hope that you all will come to love Spookmas on your own terms to whatever capacity, but if not, that is okay. We will still find a way to celebrate together, and if not, we'll be here after Spookmas, you know? All right, that has gone on for way too long, but I just cannot get over how magical you ghouls are. So my next update is Spookworm Club. I did ask in last week's episode for any feedback on what you guys thought. A few of you reached out to me personally. I think just 1 or 2 of you left a comment about it on the video. But overall, I feel like the consensus is that you guys are not ready to see Spookworm Club go completely. But it really made me evaluate how do I want to approach it, because I want 2024 to be even better than 2023 was. You know, I added a lot of things I love to my content mix, but I also added so much that I couldn't truly just enjoy the seasons of what I'm feeling. So that led me to think that I really love Spookworm Club. I love the engagement I see between you ghouls. Like when I am in the middle of a work day and I get the notifications of you guys talking to each other on Discord about what you're reading or asking each other, I may not be super engaged, but it makes me the happiest ghoul in the world when I see you guys talking to each other. So if you're not already on our Discord, please join. There is a magical community of nerdy ghouls just waiting to show you so much love. So I'm seeing you guys, I feel it. I know that this is not the end of Spookworm Club. So it led me to think, like, how can we evolve this into something that is more manageable for me, that is not like, okay, I have to put out a reading vlog every month and I have to read on theme and all of this. And I realized, like, through it all, I am a very seasonal person, as you can already tell. You know, you girls know I love Halloween and Springoween and Summerween and spooky season, but I love Spookmas. So I just realized maybe we just need to do Spookworm Club by seasons. And I know you guys love the templates. I love seeing you use them. So after Foodiethon this month, I have decided to alter December's theme just a little bit. If you were planning for murder mistletoe or murder and mistletoe, I can't remember what I called it, that will still apply, but I decided to theme December around Spookmas instead, so that anyone could read anything holiday related that they want, whether it's Christmas, Spookmas, murder, as long as there's wintry Christmas vibes in it. I think that will allow a lot more freedom for those who just don't want to go along with like a very, very specific theme that we usually do. I know I myself pick the themes and I have a hard time like forcing myself to read with a specific theme sometimes. So with that being said, December will be Spookmas-thon. I don't know, we're gonna work on that title. We need something a little more easy to say. And then after Spookmas, I have decided to move into a seasonal theme and calendar. So I did see that there is another book club from, I think, Gabby. I know her name is Gabby. I'm so sorry, I don't know her username, but she's a very big content creator in the bookish community, and she is hosting Winterween. I think her name is Gabby Loves Reading. I feel so bad that I don't know that. I don't have my phone, so I can't pull it up. But what I was getting at is she is hosting Winterween in January, and I don't want to copy the name Winterween, so I will think of something wintry. But what I was thinking is we'll have Winterween, Halloween, and then move on to Springoween, Summerween, and then spooky season will be extra long, and then we'll go back to Spookmas again. So some of them will be a little shorter, like Halloween will only be 1 month, or maybe January and February of Halloween, because I cannot get enough of romance. Let me know what you guys think of that. Maybe we just start Halloween in January and scratch out the whole winter vibe. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of that. So that's what I'm thinking, is just having like longer themes that are more seasonal versus like very specific topics. And I think that that'll help a lot, and it'll still allow for a lot of engagement. Feeling good about that. I think that that is the right direction to go. I have also had something, I guess like weighing heavy on my heart. It's not anything serious, but I just feel like I keep getting stuck on that, like, Spookworm Club sounds like it's a bookworm club, like book club, you know? But it has evolved into more than that. Like, you guys love watching themed movies and you love doing activities that are themed, just like me. I mean, obviously, we're all here for the same reason, right? So I've been thinking, like, does Spookworm Club resonate with you? And also, is that just what, like, our community should be called? Like, I don't feel like many of you ever refer to yourselves as nerdy ghouls. So I don't know, like, let me know your thoughts. Where are we taking all of this? Because Spookworm Club, I think, feels like what you guys all have loved the most this year. And I want to make sure that we're doing stuff that, like, really feels true to the community. So let me know what you think about that. All right, enough babbling. I don't know why that went on for so long. As you can tell, I'm just really excited and I have so much to share. And I feel like it's gonna be a great season and 2024, guys. So moving on, let's get into Foodiethon for November. So Foodiethon is reading books, watching movies or TV, and doing any activities that involve food, because it is Thanksgiving after all. So it could be to any capacity. As long as the movie or book features any kind of one piece of food or drink, you are good. And I didn't think that that would be that difficult to accomplish. So for November, I am actually keeping my TBR extremely short because it turns out that a lot of the things that I had planned are not available at the library right now. It's like I'm number 100 on the wait list. So I won't be able to get them, but I do have 2 books that I am reading, and I'll share the other books that I wanted in case you guys need inspiration. But I am rereading I'm in Love with Mothman by Paige Lavoie, and the sequel, I'm Engaged to Mothman, is coming out on November 17th. So I have read I'm in Love with Mothman before. I read it last Spookmas, actually. And all I can say is Paige did an absolutely amazing job capturing what it's like to be a content creator and feel burnt out. So if you guys have ever wondered what that's like, this is a perfect book for you to experience that. But also, if you love romance and you love cozy vibes and smut, then this is definitely a book for you. I have already started the audiobook for it, and I will talk about it more in my reading blog, but I did want to share that this is definitely the kind of book that you want to physically read. I had the ebook last year, and I don't know what it was, but it just felt so cozy, and I was able to, like, world build in my head. And I feel like reading the audiobook now has not had the same vibes, and I wish that I had the time to, like, physically read the book again. But I will be reading the arc for the I'm Engaged to Mothman, which is the sequel, as an ebook. So I'm really looking forward to getting back into that. It's really nice because I do remember, like, what I imagined, but I feel like the narrators don't fit what I had imagined when I read it. So if you have the choice and you have the time and energy, I highly recommend reading the physical book. And then I'm Engaged to Mothman comes out November 17th. So you still have time to catch up and read it. I will say, again, lots of cozy vibes. There is actually quite a bit of mention about food, oddly enough. Not like a ton, but it's definitely there. And I did ask Paige if she could let me know if the sequel fit for Foodiethon. And she was very kind enough to let me know that it did. So I'm really excited about that. And then as far as books that I would recommend to you, I have not actually read these, but they were on my list and unfortunately I couldn't get my hands on them. So the first one was Seance Tea Party, and I believe these are all graphic novels except for the last one. So we have Seance Tea Party by Raymana Yee, and this one says, growing up sounds terrible. No one has time to do anything fun or play outside or use their imagination. Everything is suddenly so serious. People are more interested in their looks and what others think about them than having fun adventures. Who wants that? Not Mandy. That's exactly what I've been trying to say on this channel. Anyway, it says not Laura. After watching her circle of friends seemingly fade away, Laura is determined to still have fun on her own. A tea party with a twist leaves Laura to rediscovering Alexa, the ghost that haunts her house, and Laura's old imaginary friend. Laura and Alexa are thrilled to meet kindred spirits and they become best friends, but unfortunately, not everything can last forever. Raymena Yi brings to life a story about growing up, childhood, and what it means to let go. A fantastical story following lovable characters as they each realize what it means to be who you are. Okay, that sounds so heartfelt. I really hope that maybe that one comes through. And then we have Crumbs by Danny Sterling. And this one says, in a very special town, there's an even more unusual bakery with a selection of baked treats handcrafted to help your dreams come true. For Ray, a quiet young woman with special powers of her own, the order is always the same, a hot tea with a delicious side of romance. Ooh. When Ray meets Lori, the kind barista who aspires to be a professional musician, she gets a real taste of love for the first time. But even with a spark of magic, romance isn't so simple. Both Ray and Lori are chasing their own dreams, and even when Ray starts to see the future, she can't predict her fate with Lori. Man, these all sound so good. I'm so bummed that they're not available. Okay, and then the next one is Mooncakes by Suzanne Walker. These all sound so cozy. Okay, this one says, when teen witch Nova Huang discovers that her childhood crush Tam Lang is a werewolf, they team together to face dark forces who are eager to claim the magic of wolves. For this one, excuse me, it doesn't mention any food, but the book cover does have like very cozy food stuff on it. And then I'll just mention a few others that I saw a lot of you talking about. A lot of you are reading The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. Okay, what's with the L's? Lori, Laura, all of these L's are very popular in this Foodiethon. I know a lot of you are also reading Legends and Lattes. I'm not gonna lie, I did start the audiobook for that and it was an immediate no for me. I apologize. I did not like the narrator one bit. And it was giving very like high fantasy vibes, and I'm not a big fan of that. I might be wrong, maybe it's not high fantasy, that was just like, it was giving me those vibes when it started and I just wasn't vibing with it. So there's that one, and then let me see. No one else has shared, I'm lying. One of our ghouls in the Discord has shared hers. Okay, we also have Poppy is reading The Bake Shop at Pumpkin and Spice by Donna Kaufman and Kate Angel and Ellison Charles. It looks like Sally is reading The City Baker's Guide to Country Living. And The Cafe Between Pumpkin and Pie. Did I already say that? No, I did not. Poppy's reading that one as well. And then Goddess Nyx has a whole list. She's reading The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic, Maple Sugar Crush, On What Grounds, Stuffed, Heartless, Pumpkin Everything. And then I forgot, I do have two books I would love to recommend to you girls for Foodiethon, which are Cackle. So I read Cackle for Hexathon? I think I was reading it during Hexathon and I just didn't finish it in time. Loved Cackle. Did not expect it to be as good as it was. Honestly, I didn't expect it to be as modern as it was based on the book cover, but it definitely has Foodiethon vibes if you still want some like witchy, Halloweenish vibes. And then another one is Ravenfall. That one had so many Halloween cozy vibes if you guys still want more of those like fall Halloween Foodiethon vibes. So I highly recommend those. I really love those. I am not too sure yet if there are any specific movies or activities I'll be doing, but I will say that the #1 movie on my radar for Foodiethon is of course Thanksgiving. I'm so excited about that movie. I have so much to fangirl over with you ghouls, but that will be for another time. And since this is officially the kickoff to Spookmas season, I did want to do something really special I was not planning or expecting to do, but I had asked a series of questions on my Instagram stories about what you guys are celebrating, how you're feeling, if you're feeling pressure to be a certain way. And at the end, I was just like, drop a Spookmas wish. And I wasn't very clear. I was just like, I'm just gonna say it and see what happens from here. And I was not anticipating like the heartwarming responses I was going to receive, and I was like, I need to do something really special with this. So I figured that I would kind of wrap up this video with like a really nice collage at the end, collage or montage of some of those wishes. I am not going to share the names of those who submitted the wishes because I do want to keep them anonymous, as I did not preface it with I would be sharing them, even though I usually do share my stuff, but I still want to be respectful of that. And I just want to say that I hope that all of your Spookmas wishes come true. You guys just mean so much to me, and I hope that you guys have all of the love and magic you deserve this Spookmas season. Until next time, sending you ghouls and kisses. Bye!